So you've watched all heads reviews on YouTube, you've made your research, but you still don't know which head racket is the best fit for you. You've clicked on the right video. Hi everybody, it's Axinis, and today we're gonna talk about every range from head, going from control to power. And at the end of the video, I want you to write in the comment section down below which head racket do you think is the best fit for you. So let's start with the more control oriented line, and we have the Head Prestige. So the Head Prestige line is a weird line because it might change soon. I don't have any information about it, but you know, it's a really old classic line. You have 95 square inch head size racket, you have really hard racket to play with, so I would only recommend those racket to people that already know Head Prestige. I don't think that it's really worth it for you to switch to the Prestige right now if you haven't tried the Prestige yet, because it's the type of racket that you know, people tend to stick with it, and they've played with Prestige for a long time, so they're sticking with it. But like I said, you know, it's so hard to play with. It's not really a modern racket. The only time that I would recommend the Prestige, if you know, it's if you're playing with an old racket, an old Pro Staff 85, and you want to switch to a newer racket, maybe the Prestige is going to be a good fit for you because you're used to hard racket like these. And then if we're moving up to a bit more power, but it's actually not that powerful, we're going with the Head Radical. So the Head Radical is a really fun line because I like to say that those rackets are not doing anything great, but they're doing everything good. So if you're the type of player that is grinding from the baseline, but you know, sometimes needs a bit of control, sometimes needs to go to the net, sometimes needs a good serve, this racket might be the good option for you from Head, because you know, it's a 98 square inch head size racket with a 16 by 19 string pattern. You have the Pro version that is 315 gram, but I have to say that the 315 gram version is not feeling that heavy, so it's swinging pretty fast through the air. You have the MP version, which is lighter, but personally it's not my favorite because I feel like there is nothing in the racket, but you might like it. And there's also a team version which is a lot easier, so if you want to have control but you're not ready to have an heavier racket and you still want a bit of forgiveness, the Radical team might be a good option for you. Then moving up to a bit more powerful, but it's actually not powerful, it's the Head Gravity line. The Gravity line is really interesting because it's a 100 square inch head size racket with a string pattern that is a bit more dense. So you have 18 by 20 string pattern when you're having the Pro, so the 315 gram version. And then you have a 16 by 20 for every other racket that I'm gonna mention. So you have the MP, which is 295 gram, but actually it's feeling a bit more heavier than this. And then you have the team version that is 280, I will write it down here, I don't know if it's 85 or 80. That feels really good with 102 square inch head size. And then yeah, you have so many interesting models in this line. So if you want to have control with comfort and you still want 100 square inch head size, you gotta go with the Gravity line. Then moving up to the next line, we're gonna go with the Head Speed. So the Head Speed is a line that is really evolving, I feel. You know, it's more on the power side than the control side. Even with the Pro, which is 310 gram, 100 square inch head size, 18 by 20, you're feeling that the racket is solid, generating a lot of power with a bit of control. You know, it's more that, you know, the Gravity was control with a bit of power, now it's power with a bit of control. You have the Pro version, like I said, you have the MP version, which is 300 gram, 16 by 19 and 100 square inch head size. You have the MPL version. So yeah, you have a lot of version going on. But basically, you just gotta remember that you have to go with the weight that you want. You know, the speed is not really changing except for the Pro, but from the MP to the lightest version of this racket, it's all pretty much the same specs. You know, the lightest one is 102 square inch head size, but apart from this, it's feeling pretty much the same. You just gotta find the right weight for you. We're moving on to still the same amount of power with a lot more spin. We're going with the Head Extreme. The Head Extreme is pretty much the same thing, but with a lot more spin. There's the Tour that for me is a hidden gem. It's a 98 square inch head size racket with a 16 by 19 string pattern that is feeling really good. Then you have the MP, which is a bit more powerful, 100 square inch head size, 16 by 19 string pattern. You have the MPL after this. The only downside for me personally is the look, but you know, if you like it, it's fine. Oh, stop! I'm just doing the editing of this video right now and I forgot to talk about the Head Boom. So the Head Boom line is the comfort line from Head, going with a lot of power, a bit of spin, but a lot of comfort. You have the Pro version, which is 310 gram, 98 square inch head size. You have the MP version, which is really easy with a 295 gram unstrung weight. And then you have the MPL version, which is 217 grams. So yeah, if you want comfort, you gotta go with the Boom. And finally, you have the Head Instinct, which is a lower range racket, but I'm gonna include it in this video. It's really made for power. You have not a lot of option actually to choose from, but basically you have the MP, you have the, I don't know if they call it MPL actually, it might be the Team still, and you have the big version with the 115 square inch head size. If you're older and you don't want to hurt yourself, or you just want easy power just to, you know, hit the ball and have some fun. So that's it for the video. Hope you have liked it. Write in the comment section down below which head racket is the best fit for you, and see you next time. Bye bye.